Good afternoon and welcome to the St. Clair College Sportsplex, the site of OCAA women's playoff basketball action here on we-tv.ca. Hello everybody, my name is Dominic Papa, and yes, we continue our coverage of athletics here at St. Clair College. A break from the volleyball action, that'll continue on a little bit later on this afternoon, but right now we're going to focus on a very big playoff game between the St. Clair College Lady Saints and the Durham Lady Lords. The winner of this game gains a berth to the Final 8 of the OCAA Basketball Championships, which will take place next week in the Toronto area at Centennial College. These two teams have not met through this season, so they really don't know each other that well, although both coaches have studied film. The Saints come into this game, of course, on a nice 5-game winning streak. That's how they finished up the regular season, so Coach Andy Kiss and the girls may be peaking at the right time and really playing their best basketball of the season. As for the Durham Lords, a little bit of a different story. They're coming into this game on a 3-game losing skid, maybe not playing their best basketball, but still a very good quality team. They finished 8-8 during the season. The Saints were 12-6, so the work is cut out for both teams here, no doubt about it. A couple of players to watch throughout this game. For the Durham Lords, the leading scorer in the OCAA, and that was number 20, Lindsay Panshin. She averaged 25 points a game, so obviously she's a huge force that Coach Andy Kiss, I'm sure, has taken note of and really going to have to keep a close eye on. On the other end of the bench, at the St. Clair College bench, of course, they have the all-star Shannon Kennedy, who's had an outstanding campaign, almost averaging 20 points a game, and certainly leading this team through the thick and thin parts of this season. She's emerging as a superstar in the OCAA ranks and should be a big factor, needs to be a big factor in today's contest. So that sets up this game. When we come back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex, we'll have all the action for you. The call will be live with Brett Hedges and Katie Rizia. You're watching OCAA Women's Playoff Basketball action on we-tv.ca.
Imagine a place to climb, to tumble, to fly, to run, to glide, to achieve, where a sense of health, friendly competition, and growth all come together. Can you imagine that place, that destination? We have, and we're building it right now in Windsor, with a planned development of almost 200,000 square feet of athletic playground, and that's just on the inside. Central Park Athletics, some of it's already here, the rest is coming soon. Imagine that.
What will your last 10 years look like? Will you be quick enough for a game of tag with your grandchild? Strong enough to embrace every moment? Will you grow old with vitality? Or get old with disease? It's time to decide. The average Canadian will spend their last 10 years in sickness. Change your future at makehealthlast.ca.
Hello everyone and welcome to the St. Clair College Sportsplex, the host venue of tonight's OCAA crossover playoff clash between the visiting Durham Lords and the hometown St. Clair Saints. I am Brett Hedges alongside Katie Rizia today on the play-by-play and color commentary respectively. And Katie, Both these two teams coming on two separate little streaks of their own wins. St. Clair on the 5-game winning streak that got them into the position to be in 3rd place in the OCAA West Division, while Durham lost their last 3 games and fell to 6th due to a tiebreaker in the OCAA East. What are you expecting from both teams today?
All right, well, first of all, Brett, thank you for having me here with you. I always enjoy sitting next to you. Well, we're definitely expecting some big games on both teams here today. We have the top scorer in the OCAA, as Dom mentioned earlier, number 20 on Durham, Lindsay Panchin, averaging 25 points per game. She's actually only the 4th player of women's basketball to ever accomplish this in history, which is great. And then the second leading scorer is over on the other bench. Shannon Kennedy is a name we've heard a lot here at St. Clair, averaging 19.3 points per game. So we can definitely expect big games from both of them today. I think really what it's going to come down to is the other scorers coming up and getting some points on the board. We have Kayla Marshall on Durham averaging 12.1 points per game, and Megan Boyd from St. Clair averaging 11 points. If these players can step up, get some big numbers going, we're definitely going to see a good battle here today.
Well, I hope that you're right, Katie. These two teams are moments away from tip-off here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex here on we-tv.ca, and make sure to stay on this channel, folks, for the OCAA Volleyball Championships medal round concluding after these 2 games at 4 and 6 p.m., where the St. Clair College Saints men's volleyball team have stolen the tournament, so to speak, and advanced to the gold medal game. What are your thoughts on their chances tonight against Niagara?
Oh man, if anyone's been watching that, it has been absolutely incredible thing to see. I was here for both games. They played on Friday at 8 o'clock against Durham, who came in 18-0, and they played an amazing game. They took it 3-1, and then they played last night at 8 o'clock against the Humber Hawks, who again were ranked above them, and they just played amazing, and they're going to play tonight at 6 o'clock for the gold against Niagara. And you know what? I'm going to give it to St. Clair.
Absolutely. We're hoping that you're right. You can watch that all here on we-tv.ca. But for now, we've got basketball between the Durham Lords and the St. Clair Saints. Game is tipped up and is underway. Saints win the tip and go right on offense. Megan Boyd at the top of the key gets a screen set for her from Shannon Kennedy. She rolls, shoots, rebounded by number 31, Alexandria Francisco of the Durham Lords. OCAA crossover playoff game. St. Clair finished 3rd in the OCAA West. Durham finished 6th in the East. A shot from Francisco is off the rim, and the Saints go on transition. Looking inside right away, Nicole Tam pitches it out to Kennedy. She misses the second shot, but Tam tipped it over to Hanser. She couldn't put the putback in, and here come the Lords in transition. This is Crookshank. Looks inside, has the ball deflected, but Francisco is there, and she gets it back to the point guard, Marshall. Over to Panchin. Francisco driving. Travel. Good defense by the Saints there, and that's what we were talking about in pregame. Defensive responsibilities are going to be huge for the Saints today.
Yeah, and I'm finding really interesting who they have matched up. They did put Shannon on Lindsay, and that's going to be a good matchup.
Tori Hanser over to Megan Boyd. Over to Bondi. Back over to Boyd for 3. She gives an up fake, finds a cutting Tori Hanser. Hanser throws it into Tam. Tam to Boyd. Halfway down, comes out, but Hanser's there for the rebound. Goes up and draws the foul. Good possession by the St. Clair Saints. Every member of on the floor touching it on that one, Katie.
And if they're not going to make those easy buckets, it's good on them for being able to draw the foul, and now they have to make their free throws.
Tori Hanser, 6'1" forward out of Wallaceburg, Ontario. Her first year with the St. Clair Saints, knocks down the first free throw. The tallest member of the Saints. And a line violation is going to be called against Durham, so Hanser will have another shot at converting the second free throw. Hanser puts the third shot through, and the Saints take a quick 2-0 lead here with 8:25 here to go in the first quarter. Panchin goes inside to Francisco. She loses it on her way up, but Panchin's right there. Once again, reverse layup is good. And the 25-point-per-game scorer scores her first bucket, and that's Panchin. Saints back on offense. Megan Boyd gives it to Bondi on the wing. Over to Hanser in the corner. She gives an up fake over to Tam at the high key. Back to Kennedy at the three-point line. She drives baseline, puts up on the short side, can't convert. Panchin with the rebound. Gets it over to Marshall, who is no slouch in her own right. Averaging close to 15 points a game is Marshall. Over to Panchin for three. It's good.
They need to lock her down right now, Brett.
Panchin, 5 straight points, gives the Durham Lords a 5-2 lead here. 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bondi for three, responds. Oh, it rattles off the cage, but no good. Panchin, lead pass over to Marshall. She goes in transition and is stripped by Bondi. And our first substitution of the game is coming in. Tori Hanser checks out for Tori Schutz. The 5'10" guard forward combo out of LaSalle in her third year with the Saints. Marshall can't get rid of it, and a 5-second violation is called. Good defense by the Saints led to the turnover. Bondi getting the signal from her coach. Andy Kiss in his second season with the Saints. Bondi drives left and draws a foul. Good quick decision from Bondi there, leads to a free throw opportunity. Bondi, two-sport athlete here at St. Clair. Knocks down the first free throw. Member of the women's softball team who had themselves a very good season. And now a member of the St. Clair women's basketball team as the point guard. Knocks down both free throws and makes it a 5-4 game with just over 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Now the Saints set up a half-court trap. Panchin airmails it, but Tam is there to knock it down. Turnover for Durham. Boyd over to Kennedy. She drives baseline. Her pass intended for Tam is knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Saints with 16 seconds on the shot clock. 6:48 remaining in the quarter. Bondi working against Marshall. She drives left, kicks it out to Tam. Tam at the three-point line. Finds a cutting Tori Schutz, but she can't hang on to the pass. And that goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. Saints stay in that half-court trap. Panchin gets over half. Marshall right there to finish off the tic-tac-toe passing play off the glass and good. 7-4 the score for the Lords. Bondi is trapped inside her own half. Tori Schutz gets over. Kennedy at the top of the key. Looks and finds Nicole Tam. She takes a handoff from Tam over to Schutz in the corner. She shoots and scores. A long two-point basket. And then Schutz gets in front of Panchin. Is called for the blocking foul. Just got there a little too late, Katie. First foul on Schutz. First team foul. 6 minutes left in the first quarter, 6:03 to be exact. And Marshall takes possession and turns it over. Megan Boyd was there to pick off that pass. Sarah Bondi, lead pass over to Kennedy in transition. T takes a bump and will go to the line for two. Good transition breakout from the Saints leads to an easy opportunity there, Katie.
Yeah, and they needed to just make sure not to throw away the ball when they get the opportunities down on offense.
Kennedy to the line, looking for her first points of today's game. Bondi checks out for Lauren Pizzicaroli. Kennedy leaves the first free throw short. Last year's OCAA Rookie of the Year. This year, OCAA All-Star. Knocks down the second free throw. Ties this game at 7. 5:50 to go in the first. The Lords break the press right away on a long pass to Marshall, and they get into their offensive set. Marshall looking inside, crossing over. Good defense from Boyd. She turns around. And Megan Boyd's going to be called for taking out Francisco, who was setting a screen for her. Marshall seemed like she might have been stopped in the key, but the foul call bails out the Lords, and they get another 14 seconds on this possession. Francisco receives the ball, gives an up fake. Pizzicaroli is right there. Panchin cuts to the basket, has her shot blocked by Boyd. Pizzicaroli up in the front court. Leaves it for Kennedy, reversed it over to Boyd for 3. No good. Kennedy with the offensive rebound, up and over, gives it to Tam. She knocks down the baseline jumper, and the Saints take a 9-7 lead. Just over 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Harley receives the pass to break the Saints press, and Durham gets back into the offensive set. Crookshank finds Francisco in the low post. She turns it over. Nicole Tam gets it over to Shannon Kennedy. She brings it up the floor. Lead pass up to Tori Schutz. She is stripped on her way to the basket, and that's Panchin. Up over to Marshall. Hard foul by Nicole Tam, and Marshall will go to the line for 2. Exciting basketball action here in the first quarter. Katie, your thoughts so far?
Well, St. Clair definitely had a slow start. We just saw the last couple minutes them picking it up and able to take a 2-point lead. And right now there is a lot of back and forth going on. St. Clair will get the ball on their end and it'll be stripped. Then Durham will take the ball down and it'll be stripped down there. This is a great back and forth game right now.
Marshall knocks down the first free throw with 4:43 to go in the first quarter here on we-tv.ca. Thank you for joining us. Brett Hedges and Katie Rizzi on the call. Marshall knocks down a pair and ties the game at 9. Definitely a playoff atmosphere here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex. Megan Boyd breaks the press by giving a long pass to Kennedy. Pass is turned over there. And another foul is going to be called on Tori Schutz. See the obvious frustration on her. Didn't seem like much of a foul, but a foul nonetheless, and the Lords will take over possession in this tie game with 4:30 to go in the first quarter. Panchin on the side. Finds Francisco in the corner, over to Harley. A long 2 is no good. Tipped out and now collected by Boyd. Over to Kennedy now. She's stuck, but gives it over to Hanser. Hanser swings it over to Pizzicaroli. Over to Kennedy for 3. Off the back iron. Shoots. Collects the ball after getting a tip from Hanser and goes up and is fouled. Go to the line for 2. And the size, I'm sure, of the St. Clair Saints is something that they're going to want to exploit throughout the rest of this game, Katie.
Absolutely. You can just see on the players on the floor right now, St. Clair is towering over this Durham team. They need to take advantage of this, put a body on someone, and get those easy offensive rebounds.
Shoots, rims out the first free throw. Shoots, misses both free throws. Francisco goes to the floor with the rebound, but gets it over to a teammate. Panchin in transition, can't score. And Boyd with the basketball now, over to Kennedy. Kennedy at the three-point line. Has Francisco on her, gets a screen from Pizzicaroli. She turns the corner at the elbow, gives it over to Schutz. Schutz tries an entry pass to Tori Hanser, but it is tied up by Francisco. And the Lords will take over possession. 9-9 the score here with 3:35 to go in the first quarter. More subs coming in now. Veronica Uris checks in for Megan Boyd. Some speed for speed there. And Uris will match up with Panchin. Uris, a strong defender. All over Panchin. She knocks away that entry pass. Then goes to close out. Panchin rises, shoots, can't knock down the long three. Rebounded by Kennedy, and here come the Saints. Kennedy on the baseline for two, it's good. Kennedy knocks down the jumper and takes an 11-9 lead for St. Clair with 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Then steals that pass, takes a bump, no good. Third opportunity for the Saints. Uris can't convert. And the Lords take over. Missed opportunity for the Saints there. Durham back on offense. Marshall going to her left, gives it over to Panchin. She sweeps through, drives baseline, scores, and one. Lindsay Panchin took that ball, swept it through, and drove left. Came up on the short side, grabbed the foul, and one. And we'll look to complete the three-point play from the free throw line. She does not. Halfway down, but it doesn't go down. Rebounded by Hanser and brought up the floor by Bondi. 11-11 game here. 2:27 to go. Kennedy for three, it's good. On the high screen and roll, Kennedy got wide open and locked it down with a quick release, but Panchin stops at the free throw line in transition and knocks down a jumper of her own.
And this is exactly what we expected coming out here, Brett. Shannon Kennedy on one end, Lindsay Panchin on the other.
Bondi drives and kicks. Uris can't convert. Knocked out of bounds by the Lords, and it'll stay with St. Clair with a fresh 24-second shot clock. And secondary scoring is something that St. Clair is definitely going to need today if they are going to be able to pull away from the Lords. Uris gives it over to Kennedy on the inbound. She rises and shoots a long two. Rebounded by Panchin. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Windsor, St. Clair up by 14-13. Durham's Francisco gets trapped, heaves it over to Marshall in the corner. She drives left, shoots, has her shot blocked by Hanser. Bondi bringing the ball up the floor, looking for Kennedy. She finds Kennedy. Closed out by Francisco. Kennedy kicks it out to Bondi for a long two. No good. Kennedy went down hard there on that drive. Slowly getting back up the floor. Panchin can't score. In transition, now she's trapped in deep. Sarah Bondi driving to the free throw line, kicks it over to Hanser on the baseline. Finds Kennedy for three, off the mark. Pizzicaroli with the offensive rebound and put back, it's good. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. St. Clair up 16-13, and a traveling violation by number 32, Caitlin Crookshank.
Huge mistake by Durham there. They cannot afford to give up those balls on St. Clair's end. Now they've got 24 seconds, fresh shot clock, under the basket that they are trying to score on. This is a great opportunity for St. Clair.
Lexi McShade checks in for Shannon Kennedy. And give Kennedy a little bit of a break. Pizzicaroli on the curl, rises, shoots, can't score. Lexi McShade with the offensive rebound. Over to Pizzicaroli once again. And it finds a nice shooter's roll there and scores. Saints take a 5-point lead. Just over 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Panchin finds a wide open Harley in the front court. She shoots and is fouled by Hanser. She'll go to the line for two. Nice crowd here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex for this OCAA crossover playoff game. A little bit of confusion at the scorer's table. Both substitutions coming in and out. Now it is Crookshank coming out for number 52, Hope Eagleson. Courtney Harley at the free throw line. 5'6" guard out of Cambridge, Ontario. Her second year with the Lords. Knocks down the first free throw. We'll toe the line for a second. Knocks down both and makes it a 3-point game, 18-15, with 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Pizzicaroli finds Hanser over to Bondi. Bondi to McShay. Offensive rebound from Boyd. Smart play to bring it out for the last shot. 10 seconds now. Bondi, high screen from Hanser. Stops at the three-point line, stutter step, leaves it for Boyd. Her defender is out. She drives, kicks it to Bondi. The offensive rebound is no good, and that is how the first quarter ends. The Saints take an 18-15 lead into the second quarter. Katie, your thoughts?
Well, there's been a lot of back and forth play going on, as everyone can see. The one thing that's most surprising to me, though, is that St. Clair is not taking advantage of these close, easy baskets that they're getting on their own end. They're getting the ball up. It's just not going in. If they want to take a big lead and get the win today, they need to take good advantage of those close shots.
Couldn't have said it better myself. We're going to take a short break here. You can see, we'll be right back here with OCAA basketball on we-tv.ca.
It's not just about hockey. It's about getting a great education too.
Academics are equally, if not more important, than athletics. The Hockey Canada Skills Academy is a great opportunity for any student athlete to live their dream and chase their passion. It gives them an opportunity to get a workout in the morning. They're physically and mentally engaged, and it helps them as a student as well throughout the day. Our program is not just for the elite athletes, it's for everyone.
Adding new products or services to your brochure? Updating those drab business cards? Or looking to create a striking window display? In need of some screen-printed signs for that construction site or promotional campaign? Posters, vehicle wraps, and a whole lot more. At Angel Star Digital, our expert design and production team are ready to meet all your promotional needs. For samples of our work, check out our website at www.angelstardigital.com. Or you can call us at 519-969-0712. That's 519-969-0712.
Back here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex, second quarter action of this OCAA crossover playoff game between the Durham Lords and St. Clair Saints is moments away. Looking at the stats from the first quarter, what numbers stick out to you, Katie?
Sorry.
Early.
Well, definitely so far just the leading scorers. Again, exactly what we expected. Lindsay Panchin has 9 points, Shannon Kennedy has 5 points. But also what we mentioned is the secondary scoring. We do have Lauren Pizzicaroli of St. Clair with 4 and Kayla Marshall of Durham with 4.
Should lead to some exciting basketball action. The Saints lead 18-15 after their first quarter here in the opening stages of the second frame. Harley's pass is deflected by Kennedy. And we'll go out of bounds. 12 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Long opportunity there from Panchin. Is off the mark. And Saints will bring it up the floor. Kennedy at the three-point line gets a pass from Bondi. Halfway down, can't get it to fall. Panchin, lead pass to Francisco. She can't hold on to it, and it is a turnover for the Lords. Harley checks out. Number 32, Caitlin Crookshank, checks back into the game. And a big turnover there. Had 2 points written all over it. But the Saints come away unscathed. They lead 18-15 in the opening minute of the second quarter. Megan Boyd on the far sideline over to Kennedy at the top of the key. Back to Bondi. Nicole Tam at the top of the key, hands it off to Bondi. She goes left, finds an open lane, and one! Bondi taking the hoop and the harm, looking to complete the play at the free throw line. And a big basket for the Saints here, Katie.
Absolutely huge play by Sarah Bondi. She's definitely not afraid to take the contact and still try to finish the shot. That was a very good play by her.
Bondi looking to complete the three-point play. And cannot. Panchin with the rebound. Saints up 20-15 here in the second quarter. 1 minute gone in the second quarter. Marshall, long pass over to Pinch, and she drives at the free throw line, rises, shoots, can't knock it down. Offensive rebound from Durham. It's in the hands of Marshall now. And they set up a 3-2 zone, does St. Clair. Trying to close it on those Durham shooters. Panchin finds a high post shooter, that's Francisco, she knocks it down. Elbow jumper makes it a 3-point game, 20-17. Just over 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. Nicole Tam, beautiful play by Megan Boyd there from saving it from going out of bounds. Nicole Tam with an up and under, and it's good. Good entry pass from Kennedy led to opportunity for Tam. She knocks down the shot, and the Saints regain their 5-point lead.
And you're seeing a 1-3-1 defense by St. Clair right now. Look at all the length they have with their arms out. They're really getting some good floor coverage.
Crookshank for 3, air ball. That'll be St. Clair basketball, and I'm sure that's one of the perks of the 1-3-1 defense is getting some shooters out of their range and forcing up shots. Chalk that one up to the Saints on that possession. Bondi up the floor. Hanser over to Boyd. Boyd gets a high screen from Kennedy, crosses over left, goes inside to Nicole Tam. Tam can't get the hang of it, gives it over to Hanser. She puts up a long shot, air ball, but a foul underneath the basket is going to be called. It's going to be on Francisco, the foul. As Kennedy was trying to establish some position, she got pushed, and therefore the foul call.
It's a lucky break for St. Clair.
Yeah, we had one official saying 31, had the other calling it against Kennedy, so. Boyd gets a high screen from Kennedy, over to Bondi. 2 passes later as Tori shoots in the corner. Over to Kennedy, good defense from the Lords there, leads to a block shot. Marshall over to Francisco. She scores off the glass and good. And that will prompt a timeout call from St. Clair head coach Andy Kiss. We're going to come right back. You've been watching OCAA basketball on we-tv.ca.
Manpower, that's our specialty. We use it to build infrastructure, like the $1 billion Parkway. That's real manpower in action. End-to-end over 1,000 strong, forming bridges, carving out tunnels, shaping roadways. Our manpower is in demand. Well-trained, highly skilled, tough as nails. We've got what it takes to build your career. A solid career for building a better future. LiUNA. Feel the power.
Hi, I'm Ed Jovanovski. Watch us on WeTV. We got you covered.
Back here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex, the Durham leads have cut into the St. Clair lead. It is 22-19 currently in the second quarter. And Katie, your thoughts about the quarter so far?
Well, I would definitely love to be a fly on the wall in that St. Clair huddle. Andy Kiss's speeches are always so inspiring, and he always knows exactly what the team needs. Right now, I think St. Clair really needs to focus down on locking down their high scores on defense and getting those rebounds.
Now, Durham with a 1-3-1 press of their own. It is broken by the Saints. 6:40 remaining in the second quarter. Nicole Tam over to Kennedy. Kennedy to Boyd. Finding a cutting Tam to the basket. She goes off the glass, no good. Off the hands of Marshall, and it will stay with the Saints underneath the Durham basket. The official collects the ball, and Bondi will be the inbounder. Saints set up an inbounds play. Over to Tam. Tam finds Bondi. Over to Boyd, now the reset. Boyd driving to her left, finds Tam in the low post. She puts up a hook shot, no good. Eagleson with good defense. And the Lords go back on offense. 22-19 the score with just over 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Francisco on the high post, over to Panchin. Panchin gives one step, goes off the glass, no good. And then an offensive rebounding foul goes against Lindsay, one that I'm sure that she would like to have back.
She just picked up her second foul, and they've definitely held her down this quarter. She has not scored yet in these first 2 minutes of the second. She's still sitting at 9 points, which is very, very good for St. Clair.
Saints looking to break the zone press of the Lords. They find a soft spot. That is Megan Boyd. Megan Boyd over to Hanser, gives it over to Kennedy. Kennedy over to Bondi. She drives, kicks it to Kennedy for three. No good. The rebound goes out of bounds and will stay with the Lords. Still a 3-point game here with 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. St. Clair in the zone defense, trying to push those Durham shooters off the 3-point line. Marshall back to Panchin. Panchin to Crookshank. Panchin, lead pass over to Marshall. Crookshank at the top of the key, swings it over to Panchin. She gives a jab step, kicks it back out. That jump shot just comes at the end of the shot clock. It is short, and Saints will take over possession with 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Bondi surveying the land, gives it over to Megan Boyd. Boyd looking at a cutter, decides to dribble it over to Bondi. Bondi for three, it's good. Big shot from Sarah Bondi gives the Saints a 6-point lead in the second quarter. Panchin in the corner off a long pass from Crookshank. Back to Crookshank at the top of the key for three, it's good. Good patience on offense from the Lords leads to a 3-point opportunity from Crookshank, and she makes no mistake. 25-22 the score, 4:20 remaining in the second quarter. Boyd. Good passing from the Saints. Leads to a wide open Kennedy in the key. She can't knock down the shot, but Tori Hanser is there. And she draws a foul on Francisco on the reach in, and St. Clair will maintain possession. Fourth foul for Durham in the quarter compared to one by the Saints.
And that's also Francisco's third foul. That does not look good for Durham.
And a timeout has been called on the floor. We're gonna come right back. You're here watching OCAA basketball on we-tv.ca.
Bye.
Great. My car's blocked in.
I got this. I think the parking brake is on. Geez, what's in this thing? Rocks?
Back here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex, you can see the St. Clair College cheerleading team doing their best to get the crowd involved here at the Sportsplex. And what a big weekend that it's been for the Sportsplex. OCAA volleyball here. And as a member of the Student Athletic Association, what has it been for you? It must be busy, nonetheless.
Oh man, I have to tell you, it has been absolutely insane for the last, I don't even know how many weeks or months. This is all we've been talking about was this weekend. So much has gone into preparing it, making sure that we got a ton of volunteers out, in which we have. A lot of people have really stepped up, and this weekend has just been absolutely incredible.
Well, can't wait to see the finish of this weekend. The St. Clair men's volleyball team in the OCAA gold medal match tonight at 6 p.m. on we-tv. Megan Boyd with a beautiful finish right there to extend St. Clair's lead to 5 points. Good drive there by the Tecumseh native. And now the Lords go back on offense, trying to figure out this St. Clair D, which is now man-to-man. And Crookshank stepped out of bounds when she collected that basketball. So that's another turnover caused by the Saints defense.
I don't think the line is thick enough.
Yeah, this is a brand new facility here, and it's nice, beautiful lines. High screen set from for Boyd from Pizzicaroli. She swings it over to Bondi. Bondi gives a head fake, kicks it out to Hanser. Two Saints in the same area there. 3 seconds to go in the shot clock. Kennedy rises, shoots, can't knock it down. And it seems as though that a handful of her shots have done that today. But if she keeps at it, I'm sure she'll find her fair share of points. Sarah Bondi called for a foul not behind the play, but right at the point of attack, getting her nose dirty and collecting a foul. That will be her first. And now Donna Campbell for the Lords, swings it over, now it's back in the hands of Panchin. Panchin, spin dribble in the middle of the key, beautiful take and bucket.
Her first 2 points of the game now coming with only 2 minutes left.
Less than 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Megan Boyd pulls it out. Gives it to Bondi. Bondi to Kennedy. Over to Boyd. Boyd gets a screen, launches a three off the mark, rebounded by Kennedy. She pulls it out to Boyd for another opportunity. No good, but Tori Hanser is called for an offensive foul.
That's a tough call to make. You know, she has so much extra size on this girl. At what point does it just become a rebound and not an offensive foul?
Third foul of the quarter for the Saints. That will be 2 on Hanser. Marshall bringing it up the floor for Durham. Panchin looking at her options. She gets it back, swings it over to Crookshank. Crookshank finds a cutting Eagleson, but she turns it over on the pass. Megan Boyd with the basketball now. Up the floor to Bondi. Bondi looks inside to Kennedy. She's doubled. She finds Pizzicaroli for a jump shot. No good. Rebounded by Kennedy. She goes right back up. No good. Pizzicaroli with the offensive rebound and off the glass ain't good. Where Kennedy has missed, Pizzicaroli has made, and some big baskets for St. Clair off the hands of Lauren Pizzicaroli, and that basketball goes off the hands of Lauren Pizzicaroli out of bounds. It'll be Durham basketball. Saints up 29-24 with 1:27 to go in the second quarter. Tori Schutz checks in for Tori Hanser. Veronica Uris checks in for Sarah Bondi. Getting an influx of speed now for the Saints. And that pass is picked off by Tori Schutz. Lead pass for Kennedy is out of her reach. And with 1:20 to go, it'll be Durham basketball. Not a turnover the Saints wanted at that time, I'm sure, Kate.
No, they definitely need the momentum to stay in their favor.
5-point lead. 1 minute and change to go in the second. Panchin. Over to Marshall in the corner. She drives with her left, takes contact, and will go to the free throw line for a pair. Uris called for the foul. Marshall going to the free throw line. And still to come on WeTV, OCAA men's volleyball action. Bronze medal game featuring Mohawk Mountaineers and the Fanshawe Falcons will be at 4 p.m. here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex, followed by the gold medal game as Niagara takes on the hometown St. Clair College Saints for the OCAA gold medal at 6 p.m. You can catch all the action here on WeTV as you are right now. Marshall splits the free throws. St. Clair going back on offense. Kennedy at the top of the key, driving left, off the glass and good. Shannon Kennedy off the bounce, scores a bucket to give her Saints a 6-point lead. Long pass intended for Campbell. And then her pass is nearly picked off, but knocked out of bounds by the Saints with 33 seconds to go in the queue. I'm sure the Saints are going to want to close out the half with strong defense. Crookshank Over to Panchin now. Long 3 ball is off the heel, rebounded by Pizzicaroli. Up the floor now to Boyd. She gives a stutter step. Very slight differential from game clock to shot clock. Tori shoots from the corner, is off the mark. Marshall with the basketball, nearly turns it over. Eagleson bringing it up the floor now for the Lords. 3 seconds, she shoots. Eagleson off the heel. And that is how the second quarter will end. The St. Clair College Saints take a 31-25 lead into halftime. Katie, your thoughts on the half?
Well, we're definitely seeing from St. Clair what we thought we would see. Shannon Kennedy has 8 points right now, but also a couple other players are stepping up and scoring. Lauren Pizzicaroli right now has 6 points, as well as Sarah Bondi stepping up with 6 points. When all these players contribute to get these points on the board, that's what's going to contribute to a winning game. Right now, on Durham's side, we have Lindsay Panchin with double digits, 11 points for her. The one big loss for them was number 23 picking up 3 fouls. She was a big player for Durham.
Francisco,
sorry. 31, actually. We are seeing Kayla Marshall putting up some points on the board, but St. Clair is doing a very good job of shutting them down, and they want to keep the momentum because right now Durham is doing a very good job of cutting them off and putting the momentum back in their favor.
St. Clair with a 6-point lead at halftime. And Katie, you were a member of the OCAA bronze medal team from last year, and can you liken your experiences from last year with what this team might be going through this year?
Yeah, absolutely. Last year I was able to play, and some of these girls on the team right now, they know what it was like, and they just want to go back and re-experience that, and that's all I want for them as well.
Let's send it now to an interview with Dominic Papa and head coach of the Durham Lords, Heather LaFontaine.
The St. Clair College Sportsplex, the site of OCAA women's basketball playoff action. It's the Durham Lords and the St. Clair College Saints doing battle. The Saints leading after 20 minutes of play, 31-25. Joining us on the broadcast, the head coach of the Durham Lords, Heather LaFontaine. Coach LaFontaine, thanks for doing this with us. Quickly, your assessment of that first half.
Very good half of basketball. I thought both teams played really well. It was a really nice caliber of game. Their size, Shannon, of course, great player. We're having some trouble with her, but I think we executed fairly well. We like to run, and we're getting out on our break, so that's really important for us.
The two teams, of course, Coach LaFontaine, didn't see each other during the regular season. I know there's videotape available, but just the same, does it make it that much more tougher to prepare for this game because you haven't seen each other during the year?
Yeah, you know what? Videotape is great, and you do get a sense of the team, but sometimes you really don't get that one-on-one, how your matchups are going to be, until you're actually out on the floor playing.
Your team came into this game in a little bit of a hiccup, a 3-game losing skid. You finished 8-8 on the year. Obviously, you want to go in playing your best basketball. What happened towards the end of the season?
We've been the comedy of errors this year. We just we're always missing players we've had some injuries, we had some academic issues, so we had a few things going on where our players weren't always at every game. Even tonight, we're here without our post player. She's in the hospital. And, it's just, you just do what you got to do.
So the coach has been challenged all year, haven't you?
It's been an interesting year, but the girls are playing well. We have they're doing their best.
Yeah, still very much in this game. And how important is it to your program at this point, Coach LaFontaine, to get to that Final 8 and get some of that type of tournament play?
Obviously, especially since we're so young this year, we have a lot of first-year players, so especially this year, just the experience of having to play in games like this obviously carries over into the following year. So the further on you can go in a playoff tournament, obviously the better it is.
One quick comment on Lindsay Panchin. I had a chance to meet the young lady last night, actually. I put her on our volleyball broadcast, and she's got no shortage of personality, that's for sure.
Oh, she's a great girl.
Yeah, she is, but also a great player. 25 points a game.
Yep. She's a great player and a great teammate. She does score, but she's also willing to give the ball up to her teammates, which just makes her just that all-around player.
All right, well, you're a team player as well for doing this with us, Coach. I appreciate it. I'll let you get back to your squad. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, Heather LaFontaine, the head coach of the Lady Durham Lords. I'm going to bring in Coach Andy Kiss of the Saints, get his comments on the first half as well. Coach Kiss, thanks for doing this with us.
Problem.
I appreciate it. You come out with the lead in that first half. I guess that's the first and foremost important thing.
In the end, if you have more points than the other, then it's success. But we've got some things to shore up. We're not playing our best game right now. We missed some easy shots early, and some kids aren't dialed in terms of what we're doing, but we'll make some halftime adjustments. We got to make an adjustment off ball screen. They're switching, and we really got to get our screener to roll and to get the kid driving to create some separation. And if we're going to move the ball, we'll throw it back to the same side the ball started from.
Coach, your team's kind of been in a playoff mode for the last several games. How much has that helped you, I guess, get ready for this game?
Well, when we were in sixth, we wanted the home game for this crossover game. So we set it as our mantra, our mission, that every game was a playoff game. So we've been in that kind of a mode where we've looked at games as must-win games. And, I mean, nothing gets more obvious than a must-win game when the season's on the line. So here we are.
Of course, last year you had a great run. Goal again, get back to that final 8 to the Ontario Championships, maybe grab a spot in the National Championship here. And of course, this is all gearing towards next year where you host the Nationals, of course. But just the same, how much pressure has been on this team this year to at least get back into the medals?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think pressure is an individual thing. I love pressure, but I don't even look at it as pressure. This is our goal. This is what we want to do. So if it means there's pressure involved, I don't look at it that way. Our goal, actually, after our loss at Humber by 2, Humber's the number 1 ranked team in Ontario. And our goal is to not only go to the OCAAs, but to win gold.
All right, I like that goal. Well, you were a pressure player when you played in your playing days at Herman, so you did some great things there, and pressure was nothing for you there. But certainly, let's go into the coach's locker room and into Coach Heather LaFontaine's head here a little bit. Obviously, as the head coach, you have to anticipate maybe some of her moves. What do you think she'll try to change here?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I would think coming into this game, she would just want a puncher's chance, maybe be within 3 or so down the home stretch of the game. And they've done a really good job defensively. They're bodying us up. They're not giving our shooters a lot of space. So we really got to move the ball off the bounce. We got to create help situations, draw the help, and kick it out to open shooters in the second half. As far as her adjustments go, we've got enough of our own to worry about right now. So I'm not, we're going to make some of ours, and whatever they do, we'll be ready.
All right, Coach, I appreciate the time. I'll let you get back to the dressing room, okay?
Thanks.
Coach Andy Kiss, of course, working extremely hard. His team's up right now by 6:31-25. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, Ted Beal, the athletic coordinator from St. Clair College, will join us. You're watching OCAA Women's Playoff Basketball action on WeTV.
Imagine a place to climb, to tumble, to fly, to run, to glide, to achieve, where a sense of health, friendly competition, and growth all come together. Can you imagine that place, that destination? We have, and we're building it right now in Windsor, with a planned development of almost 200,000 square feet of athletic playground, and that's just on the inside. Central Park Athletics, some of it's already here, the rest is coming soon. Imagine that.
Welcome back to the St. Clair College Sportsplex, the site of OCAA Women's Basketball Playoff action here on WeTV. As promised at the break, joining us on the telecast, one of the athletic coordinators here at St. Clair College, Ted Beal. And between you and Jay, Ted, I don't know who's the busier man this weekend. Both of you have been here day and night. What a weekend to really, I guess, get one, the Sportsplex out there and showcase it to everyone, but two, to host the OCAA basketball basketball playoff game and the volleyball championships. How busy has it been?
It's been tremendously busy, but we're okay with that. It's a carnival-type atmosphere here at the college, and the Sportsplex is really holding up well. The fans have had a great experience, and really I've enjoyed just being a part of the action. This is a great learning opportunity for me, and certainly what a great way to deliver our programs to our student body here on the campus.
Now for our viewers at home, they didn't get to see it, but maybe about 90 minutes ago or so, this was a volleyball arena. Now it's a basketball court, and this is where the Sportsplex was so well thought out to make that transformation happen in that short a period of time. Unbelievable.
Yeah, certainly it's a tremendous facility, but I can't move ahead without talking about how much help we've had from the volunteers here and a lot of the staff that we've got on the campus. Quick turnaround. We drop the nets from the volleyball. We bring out the portable hoops for basketball. They're professional style portable hoops, so it's a little more challenging there. But to be honest, we got the right amount of experience and bodies to get it going and making it work really well.
How much now do you appreciate this facility, Ted? First, let's talk from an athlete standpoint. I would imagine that any athlete that's considering college and here, I mean, you look at the amenities this place brings. It's got to be able to, I'm sure it's selling itself.
It really is, and it's an eye popper for a lot of people who haven't seen it. So if you haven't come down, please do, and we'd love to show you around. But certainly when we do bring a recruit on the campus, it's been a game changer for us. We walk them through the facility, show them where they'll be participating. Athlete, where they'll be spending their time in the athletic therapy room or even their dressing room, which is still state of the art. It's really easy to get them to talk about their future being a St. Clair College Saint.
Now we talk about the athlete, but also for the fan. I mean, the sight lines are exceptional. There's many viewing points. People don't realize that they can see the stands, but they don't see what's above here.
That's right, and we tried to create that kind of an atmosphere. We've got double-sided seating with an upper mezzanine on the second floor and obviously the main floor bleachers. We actually haven't even pulled this thing to full capacity yet. We've got room on the end lines with both volleyball and basketball for portable style bleachers. And certainly on top of that, the third floor running track, you have a great bird's eye view. We're looking straight down on the action if we needed it. 2,000 people in this facility is no problem at all.
Yeah, and last night we were close to that. I think tonight we might get there.
Yeah, looking forward to that. It's been so fun the last 2 days watching our volleyball program succeed and do well, and the fan participation has been great. So, yeah, it's going to be a really fun night here at the college.
Well, hats off to you and Jay and Christy, the entire staff here. Phenomenal execution here this weekend. You guys have done it like pros. You made it look like you've had this building for 100 years already, so things are going very well here, and the future looks so bright here.
Yes, thanks very much. And certainly WeTV's participation has been a great way to showcase it too. So thanks to you guys and looking forward to the future.
Pleasure's ours. Ted Beal working extremely hard for the St. Clair College Saints athletic program. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get set for a second half action. It's the women's basketball team in action against Durham. They lead it at half 31-25. You're watching OCAA basketball on WeTV.
Well, it's true that I fart, but I wouldn't call myself a farter. I'm a social farter. I really only do it when I'm out with my friends that fart. We hang out, we drink, we dance, just have some fun being together. Farting. Sometimes I'll use farting as an excuse to meet a guy. Do you want to go outside for a fart? We talk. We fart. Just because I fart at parties now and then, it doesn't make me a farter.
We continue our coverage of OCAA women's playoff basketball action here on WeTV. Dominic Papa continuing with our halftime report. The Saints leading Durham Lords 31-25 after 20 minutes of play. In just about a minute or so, second half action will begin. But before we get back to the basketball, I do want to remind our viewers, if you can't make it down to the St. Clair College Sportsplex this afternoon, don't worry, WeTV's got you covered. Both the bronze medal and the gold medal games from the men's OCAA volleyball championships will take place on WeTV. We'll have all the action for you live. Starting at 4 o'clock, the bronze medal game will feature two outstanding squads. It'll be the Mohawk Mountaineers, who were upset earlier in the tournament. They're still trying to salvage a good weekend to take away a bronze. They'll be challenged hard by the Fanshawe Falcons. That'll be a 4 o'clock contest. And then starting at 6 p.m. tonight, the game that everybody's talking about, the buzz around, is unbelievable. The St. Clair College Saints men's volleyball team will be vying for gold as they take on the Niagara Knights. 6 o'clock is the time of that game. We'll have both those contests for you live right here on we-tv.ca. Now we're going to get back to basketball, so I'm going to send it to our play-by-play team, Brett Hedges and Katie Rizia with the call.
Thank you very much, Dom. A very exciting first half of basketball between the Durham Lords and the St. Clair Saints. St. Clair holding a 6-point edge at the halftime. And Katie, what do the stats and facts say to you about the first half?
Well, I've been looking at them over this halftime, and we do have some interesting points here. Some notable things are, first of all, turnovers. We have Durham with 13 turnovers, which is huge because if you convert those to points, that can be, about 26 points for St. Clair to capitalize on. And St. Clair's only sitting at 7, so that's less 6 turnovers than Durham right now. Also, another key factor are free throws. I know for sure that Andy Kiss sets a bar at minimum 80% free throw percentage he wants per game. And right now they're sitting at 50%, a whole 30% less than what he wants to do. So they need to lock down those shots. They're called free throws for a reason. It's a wide open, unguarded 15-foot shot at the net, and you get 2 of them, and every point matters in this game. Right now, Durham has 71% free throw shots. So they're definitely taking advantage of all those extra points.
Pre-game, we talked about the big 2 scores from the Durham Lords compared to the overall effort that St. Clair was going to need from today. How is that matchup holding up right now between Durham and St. Clair?
Well, right now the 2 big scorers, Panchin and Kennedy. Panchin has the advantage with 11 and Kennedy sitting at 8. However, the secondary scores, which we keep mentioning, they are definitely stepping up. We have Sarah Bondi with 7 and Lauren Pizzicaroli with 6 from St. Clair, whereas Durham, we only have Kayla Marshall with 5 and Francisco with 4.
Thank you very much for your analysis, Katie. Second half action is moments away here from the St. Clair College Sportsplex. And as Dom mentioned, we'll be hosting the bronze and gold medal game in the OCAA men's volleyball at 4 and 6 p.m. We got you covered here on WeTV as Francisco's opening shot is short, and the Saints will take over on offense against the man-to-man defense of the Durham Lords. Sarah Bondi working around a body to give it over to Tori Hanser. Back to Megan Boyd in the corner to Bondi. She gives a head fake, dishes it over to Nicole Tam. She goes off the glass, ain't good. Nicole Tam, the first-year player out of Windsor, Ontario, 6-foot forward, getting involved early in the second half, and St. Clair holds an 8-point lead. Panchin leaves it to Francisco. She knocks down that free throw line jumper once again and cuts the deficit to 6. Durham in a zone trap to start the half. Nicole Tam breaks the press by being in the middle of it. Sarah Bondi thought about taking the 3, but she gives it over to Kennedy instead. She drives on Harley, has her shot deflected, and it'll stay with the Saints. Very little time to work with the shot clock, though. Oh, the officials will come confirm, and I believe this will be a turnover. Shannon Kennedy turns it over, and Durham will take over. 1 minute into the third quarter at the WFCU, pardon me. 1 quarter in here at the Sportsplex. From one brand new building to another, Lindsay Panchin misses the baseline jumper. Rebounded by Hanser, and 2 passes later, 3 passes later, 4 passes later, it's Megan Boyd at the 3-point line. Nice cross-court pass. Oh, nearly a great finish from Tori Hanser. It just falls out. And some good crisp passing there led to an open shot, but it could not be converted as Francisco was blocked from behind by Nicole Tam. St. Clair has numbers going up the floor. Megan Boyd slows it up but gives it to Kennedy. She's cutting to the basket, rising, shooting, scoring. Shannon Kennedy breaking the 10-point mark from today's game. Marshall rises and shoots for 3. Ill-advised shot early in the shot clock. St. Clair up 8 points now with the basketball, looking to extend their lead. Bondi gets a screen from Kennedy. She rises, has the shot stripped, but Marshall was out of bounds when she collected the basketball, so it'll be St. Clair possession. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Boyd receives the ball, gets a screen from Tam. She pulls it out to the 3-point line, gives it over to Bondi. Time winding down, 4, 3, hands her inside to Kennedy. She rises, shoots, and gets bailed out at the end of the shot clock on a foul.
St. Clair's been doing a very good job of being patient with the ball, maybe sometimes even a little too patient. We saw her throw up the shot there close to the end of the shot clock. She did get fortunate enough to get fouled, though.
Kennedy knocks down the free throw. Now matching Panchin's output and exceeding it now. 12-11 the leading scores for each team at now. But Panchin going right back at it. She gives it over to Harley. Harley's pass is picked off by Kennedy. She goes up the middle of the floor, cuts left, gives it over to Hanser. Nice return pass to Boyd is off the mark. Kennedy tried to go up with the rebound, but Panchin strips it and goes right up the floor. That ball is knocked out of the hands of Panchin and off her leg and out of bounds. So a big turn of events for the Saints right there. Good defense from Bondi.
Great play by both Megan Boyd and Sarah Bondi there to keep the ball in their own possession and stop the 2 points from Lindsay Panchin.
Bondi getting the signals from her head coach, Andy Kiss, getting a high screen from Nicole Tam. Pass nearly picked off, but Kennedy turns and gives it over to Boyd. Long pass over to Bondi, almost over her head. Kennedy for three. No good, but kept alive by Nicole Tam, but collected by Francisco. Marshall in transition to Panchin. She scores off the glass and good. Cutting the St. Clair lead to 8. Big basket for Durham to keep themselves in the game in the third quarter. St. Clair working the ball around the perimeter. Hanser on the near side, knocks down the jumper, showing her range. Tori Hanser with her 4th point of the game. Good passing right there from the Lords. Panchin for 2, rims out, and Bondi with the rebound, pushing the ball at the floor. Stops at the free throw line, gives it over to Kennedy. She shoots. Oh, halfway down, couldn't fall. We've seen that a number of times today as Marshall's pass for Harley is out of her reach, and another turnover for Durham.
Just add that to their already high number of turnovers, Brett. That does not look good for Durham.
St. Clair up 39-29 here, just under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter in this OCAA women's crossover playoff game at the St. Clair College Sportsplex. Boyd at the top of the key, gives it over to Bondi. Bondi goes inside to Tam, back out to Bondi for a long 2, no good. Rebounded by Crookshank, over to Marshall, the point guard. Marshall on the corner to Panchin. Panchin back out to Marshall. She works to her left. Spinning to the middle. And a jump ball is going to be called and will be possession Saints after the turnover. And Amy Case is going to call timeout for the Saints. They lead 39-29 midway through the third quarter. We're going to take a short break. You're watching OCAA basketball action here on we-tv.ca. Back here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex, the Lady Saints of St. Clair leading the Durham Lords 39-29. And Katie, we were talking about the parity between the two leagues, between the two divisions, pardon me, and it's good to see that the Lords are keeping tight even though they were 6th in the OCAA East this year.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see. Arguably, the East Division is a lot less competitive than the West Division. And even their records right now, Durham's sitting at 8-8, and St. Clair is sitting at 12-6 in a harder division. And the fact that they're even able to keep up with St. Clair right now is very, very good for them right now.
Head coach Heather LaFontaine has her team playing at a high level, but they are down 10 to the hometown St. Clair Saints. Press break right there. Nicole Tam gets to the middle of the floor, leaves it to Boyd. Boyd gives it right back to Tam. Off the glass, ain't good. Good feed from Boyd leads to a wide open layup for Nicole Tam, and they extend their lead to 12. Francisco has her shot blocked from Tam. The rookie from Holy Names is feeling it. Number 4, Nicole Tam, getting it done at both ends of the floor for the Saints.
That's a big momentum boost for them.
Durham trying to get something going. Francisco down low receives the basketball and draws a foul with 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Francisco to the line. First year forward out of Whitby, Ontario. Alexandria Francisco stands 5'8". And knocks down the first free throw. And Francisco converts 2, cuts the deficit to 10, and Nicole Tam will come out for the speedy Veronica Uris. And Durham still keeping that zone trap on. Megan Boyd gets over half, finds Lauren Pizzicaroli. She draws a foul on Panshin down low. And good press break from St. Clair leads to a free throw opportunity and add a foul to Panshin's total.
And that's her third foul right now. If St. Clair can get her to pick up her fourth, she'll definitely be backing off a lot on defense.
Pizzicaroli finished the first half with 6 points. Puts the first free throw off the heel. And it seemed as though in the first half that Pizzicaroli was just in the right place at the right time, but was able to convert her shots as she does the second there of the free throws. Splits the pair for her 7th point of the game. And St. Clair takes an 11-point lead as Panshin can't hang on to the ball and turns it over.
That's another hard turnover for Durham, and we are seeing that a lot.
Megan Boyd takes a screen from Tori Hanser. Finds Pizzicaroli at the high screen, at the high post spot, but the ball is knocked away by Marshall. Marshall travels on her way to the basket, and luckily for St. Clair, that is a turnover.
Good defense by Veronica Uris, able to get right in front of her, scare her a little, and get her to take the third step.
St. Clair leading by 11 points with 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter here on we-tv.ca as Kennedy is charged with an offensive foul. Harley planting her feet and taking the contact, gets the call, and Durham will get back on track. Marshall over to Panshin. Panshin swings it over to Harley. Harley with a long 2, leaves it short, rebounded by Hanser. Over to Boyd. Megan Boyd over to Veronica Uris for 3, no good, but rebounded, knocked out of bounds, pardon me, by Panshin. So it'll stay with the Saints. They get a fresh shot clock. 3:47 to go in the third quarter. Kennedy with low, leaves it really long on the three-pointer, but Pizzicaroli is right there to grab the basketball and maintain the Saints' possession. Kennedy at the three-point line, looking inside the Pizzicaroli. She's battling with Marshall for position. Kennedy crosses over, rises and shoots, draws the foul. I believe that will be on Francisco. 31 Francisco drawing her 4th foul of the game. And not only has she provided good offensive numbers with 8 points, but she is a good defender as well as Kennedy misses the first free throw. Domina Campbell will come in after the free throw for the aforementioned Francisco. And St. Clair will maintain their full court press. And a 5-second violation goes against the Lords. Second time today, St. Clair has caused a turnover on the inbound.
And you can see the face guarding on the front two guards on the full court press. That is great defense by St. Clair, and now they've got the full shot clock on their end.
Kennedy receives the basketball, going one-on-one with Panshin. Up, shoots, scores. Shannon Kennedy with her 15th point of the game. And then almost a turnover in the front court there. Marshall nearly has it knocked away, but she gives a lead pass over to Cruikshank. Cruikshank wisely brings it back and sets up the offensive play. Panshin gets a high screen, looking to go one-on-one with Boyd. She does so, spin dribble in the middle of the lane, has her shot partially deflected, and here come the Saints. Megan Boyd in transition, over to Kennedy. She stops, pops, can't get it to fall. And Pizzicaroli is going to be called for a foul on the rebound. But a high level of play right now for the Saints has led to them taking a 14-point lead with just under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 45-31. Marshall bringing the ball up the floor for Durham. Durham to Panshin. High post to Cruikshank. Back in the corner to Marshall for three, it's good. Much needed basket from the Lords right there.
Big three for Durham.
St. Clair breaks the press. Veronica Uris with the ball, finds Tori Hanser on her way to the basket and draws a foul on her way to the hoop. Believe that foul will be called on the floor, so St. Clair will take possession on the Durham baseline. Sarah Bondi checking in. Tori Schutz checking in for Uris and Pizzicaroli. And the Saints will set up an inbounds play as Hope Eagleson will check in for the Lords now in favor of Caitlin Cruikshank. Bondi, the inbounder. It's a long pass out to Kennedy. Kennedy goes inside, the hands are working against Campbell. She puts it too hard off the glass and rebounded. No, stolen by Hanser. She wisely gives it up to Kennedy, and the Saints will set up the offensive play. Bondi setting up a high screen with Kennedy. She stops, pops, knocks it down. Long 2 points for Sarah Bondi. Long pass for Harley. Her shot is blocked by Hanser, but she collects it again. Over to Panshin. Less than 2 minutes to go in the quarter. St. Clair up 47-34. That ball knocked out of bounds by Schutz. And Durham will maintain possession with 10 seconds on the shot clock.
And St. Clair's really finally using their length. We're seeing a handful of blocks out here by both Nicole Tam and Tori Hanser.
Panshin gets behind the defense. She can't score. Kennedy with the rebound, but is knocked out of her hands by a Lord player. And Saints will maintain possession. Fresh shot clock. 1:39 to go in the third quarter. St. Clair up 47-34 in this OCAA women's crossover playoff game. Bondi goes inside to Hanser and draws a foul on Campbell. Nice quick move in the post from Tori Hanser, got Campbell on the run. She commits the foul, and the Wallaceburg native will shoot 2 free throws.
And we're definitely seeing Durham getting caught off guard, getting very flustered now on defense. They are just struggling. They're trying to get some points on the board and close this gap as St. Clair just adds that 1 point from Tori Hanser.
48-34. Tori knocks down 2 free throws, and Pizzicaroli will substitute Shannon Kennedy with 1:26 to go. St. Clair with a 15-point lead in the third quarter. Marshall bringing the ball up the floor, defended by Bondi. Now Megan Boyd takes the pass, strips. Marshall, she finds Pizzicaroli driving to the basket. She gets bumped on her way to the hoop. No call, but Marshall will turn the ball over right after. And And you can definitely see the frustration mounting on the Durham Lords players, and head coach Heather LaFontaine wisely calls timeout. St. Clair leads 49-34 with 1:05 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a short break. You're watching OCAA basketball on we-tv.ca.
I'm Joe Quinville, coach of the Chicago Blackhawks and a proud graduate of FJ Brennan High. I can remember fondly my 5 great years at Brennan. It seems like just yesterday that we're there. A lot of great life lessons that I learned along the way, particularly from my teachers in the Catholic program. Want to wish everybody there good luck, and look forward to being a proud graduate and being a proud Cardinal going on here in Chicago.
Back here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex, and folks, still to come on We-TV, OCAA men's volleyball action. The bronze medal game between the Mohawk Mountaineers and the Fanshawe Falcons will take place at 4 p.m., followed by the gold medal game as Niagara takes on the St. Clair College Saints on their home court for the OCAA Gold at 6 p.m. You can catch all the action here on We-TV. We got you covered. Back to third quarter play. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. 1:05 to be exact. St. Clair enjoying a 15-point lead, 49-34. And looking to add more on this possession. Megan Boyd receives the inbound. Over to Tori Schutz. Shoots and scores. Tori Schutz knocking down a bucket to extend the Saints lead to 17, and now defensive pressure is going to lead to a foul call. I believe Megan Boyd's going to be called. The foul was announced as number 7, but there's no 7 on the floor. I believe she wanted to call it on Pizzicaroli, who is number 1. And to her, Panchin goes to the lower lane and scores off the glass. Big basket for her as she's been relatively quiet in this quarter. She has 15 points now. Shoots, long pass over to Sarah Bondi. Back to the top of the key for Megan Boyd. To the corner, shoots off the rim and rebounded by Marshall. Lindsay Panchin, stutter steps, crosses over, gives it over to Marshall. She's closed out by Pizzicaroli, and another foul is going to come Lauren's way. Can't knock the hustle to get out and close it on the shooter, just couldn't get there under control, did Pizzicaroli. And now with 12 seconds left, Shannon Kennedy's coming back into the game. Marshall, a third-year guard out of Ottawa, Ontario, will shoot free throws. And I believe that they are just at the scorer's table fixing the previous foul, which was announced to number 7, but was intended to be given to Pizzicaroli. So now that that is figured out, Marshall will shoot free throws, and she knocks down the first. Hillary Marshall knocks down both. Sorry, Kayla Marshall. Good passing from the Saints leads to a wide open Tori Schutz. Her shot is off the mark. Lindsay Panchin, lead pass over to Marshall, but the quarter comes to an end. Could have been a big basket in terms of momentum. But the St. Clair Saints will take a 15-point lead into the fourth quarter. Katie, your thoughts?
Well, there's so much to talk about right now, Brett. But right now, we're definitely going to focus on the teamwork that St. Clair has been using. Their points are so spread out among all their players. We do have Shannon Kennedy leading with 15 points, but we have other players chipping in with 9, 7, 6, 8. So many players are getting points on the board, as opposed to Durham, who only has 2 high scores, with Lindsay Panchin with 15 and Kayla Marshall with 10.
Sorry, the St. Clair Saints up 15 points heading into the fourth quarter. You've been watching OCAA basketball on we-tv.ca.
It's not just about hockey. It's It's about getting a great education too.
Academics are equally, if not more important, than athletics. The Hockey Canada Skills Academy is a great opportunity for any student athlete to live their dream and chase their passion. It gives them an opportunity to get a workout in the morning, they're physically and mentally engaged, and it helps them as a student as well throughout the day. Our program is not just for the elite athletes, it's for everyone.
Manpower. That's our specialty. We use it to build infrastructure, like the $1 billion parkway. That's real manpower in action. End to end, over 1,000 strong, forming bridges, carving out tunnels, shaping roadways. Our manpower is in demand. Well trained, highly skilled, tough as nails. We've got what it takes to build your career. A solid career for building a better future. LiUNA. Feel the power.
Joining us in action here in the fourth quarter between the St. Clair Saints and the Durham Lords in OCAA crossover playoff action. Lindsay Panshin with a big three to cut the St. Clair lead to 12 in the opening possession of the third quarter. Big basket for the Lords if they want to get back into this one and keep their season alive. Tori Hanser's pass is picked off by Marshall. She's going up the floor and is fouled by Megan Boyd prior to the shot, so Durham will have possession on the St. Clair baseline. 51-39 the score. 9:27 to go in the fourth. It's been a fun game to call here. Brett Hedges and Katie Rizzi on the call. Panshin gives a nice jab step, gives it over to Campbell. Her shot is off the mark, but Megan Boyd is there to collect it for the Saints. She brings it up the floor, slows it down, sets up a high screen, goes the other way, finds Tam just out of her reach. Now she gives it over to Kennedy. 10 seconds left. And Marshall is called for reaching in on the pass attempt from Kennedy to Bondi. Marshall just got in there. First foul of the quarter for the Lords.
And that's another starter for Durham, picking up her fourth foul.
And Annie Kiss has called timeout for the St. Clair Saints. And you're watching OCAA basketball on we-tv.ca. We'll be right back.
New products or services to your brochure? Updating those drab business cards? Or looking to create a striking window display? In need of some screen-printed signs for that construction site or promotional campaign? Posters, vehicle wraps, and a whole lot more. At Angel Star Digital, our expert design and production team are ready to meet all your promotional needs. For samples of our work, check out our website at www.angelstardigital.com, or you can call us at 519-969-0712. That's 519-969-0712.
Back here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex, the Lady Saints basketball team leading 51-39 over the Durham Lords in this OCAA crossover playoff game. And later tonight, the St. Clair Sportsplex will be hosting the medal rounds of the OCAA Men's Volleyball Championships. At 4 p.m., Mohawk will take on the Fanshawe Falcons, and in the gold medal game, the Niagara Knights will take on the hometown St. Clair College Saints for the gold medal. Kennedy off the bounce. Off-balance shot is short. Rebounded by Eagleson of the Lords and up to the floor for Panshin. Panshin going against Boyd, kicking it out for Eagleson. Eagleson leaves it short, and Kennedy with the rebound. Megan Boyd taking the ball up the floor in a hurry. Nice pass from Tam to Hanser. Leads to the two-point basket and extends St. Clair's lead to 14. Campbell receives the pass and breaks the St. Clair press. Harley at the top of the key, can't score. And rebounded once again by Kennedy. Good patience from the Saints there, working into the shot clock. Megan Boyd kicks it out to Bondi. Bondi drives to her left, kicks it out to Boyd. Two passes later, Nicole Tam has it. She works her way to the middle of the key, Kicks it out to Hanser. She shoots and scores. And Tori Hanser with her 10th point of the game. Much of which has been from the field. Having herself a great game. Panchin in the corner for three off the side of the backboard. The pass intended for Sarah Bonnie is just out of her reach. And turns it over for the Saints, but they hold a 16-point lead, 55-39. And if the Durham Lords are gonna come back, they need to start it right now. Marshall for three. Oh, rims out, and Kennedy is there. And once again, the pass intended for Bondi is off her hands, and she looks at her teammate Kennedy, and she just shrugs her shoulders. And they go on to the next possession. It's just been that kind of quarter, I guess, for the Saints, but they still hold a 16-point lead. Looking to advance the OCAA Final 8 tournament at Centennial College in Scarborough. Francisco with a much-needed three-pointer cuts the St. Clair lead to 13. Back into their half-court zone press. Broken there. Kennedy receives the ball, then shows patience and gets her teammates back in. Now she shoots. Tori Hanser with another basket off the glass and good. Tori Hanser making her case to be the WeTV player of the game. Panchin draws a foul and will go to the line for two. She will not be denied there, and you can see why she averages 25 points a game. She's got 18 now.
Absolutely, she's being very aggressive. St. Clair, they can just close in on her, but they're still picking up these fouls.
Panchin, a third-year player out of Ajax, Ontario, stands 5'8" and has a scoring arsenal to match all others in the OCAA. Panchin knocks down her 20th point of the game. And a full court press being put on now by Durham. Pass over to Pizzicaroli, finds a cutting Megan Boyd. She slows up the pursuit, and beautiful passing later leads to a Pizzicaroli. Oh, shot that just fell off the rim. Panchin shooting and scoring once again, cutting the St. Clair lead to 11 with 6:25 to go in the fourth quarter. 22 points for Panchin. Over to Kennedy. The three is just off the mark. And the Durham Lords go back on offense. Good ball movement by the Lords. Finds Campbell on the corner. And an offensive foul is going to be called for an illegal screen, I want to say. I didn't see much, to be honest, but that is going to be the fifth foul on Kayla Marshall. And Marshall obviously emotional, as you see the Windsor Express CEO, Dardis Willis, in the house, eyeing the camera there alongside Royal Church. And he notices that we're watching him there. The Windsor Express are the #1 team in the NBL Canada and looking to defend their league championship from a year ago as they head into the playoffs this coming week. Oh, pass intended for shoots from Tam is just out of the reach. Had the right idea, but just a lack of execution there. Panchin over to Harley. They break the Saints press. Durham playing without their point guard, Marshall, who recently fouled out of the game. Panchin getting to the middle of the key and draws a reach-in foul with 5:28 to go in the game. Panchin Rising, shooting, leaves it off the front rim. Shoots, collects the rebound, gives it over to Kennedy. She gets it over the timeline. Just over 5 minutes to go here in regulation. Kennedy being doubled, finds a wide open Pizzicaroli. She takes the bump and scores off the glass, ain't good. Lauren Pizzicaroli having herself a game and steals that shot. She shoots, no good. Rebounded opportunity is knocked out of bounds by Tori Schutz. And it'll be Lord's possession. Pizzicaroli making her argument to be WeTV player of the game
With
today.
so many players playing so well, Brett, it's hard to even just pick one.
And we talked about how important secondary scoring would be in this game, and it has been the story of this game. Campbell gets fouled on the pass by Nicole Tam. And add another foul to the St. Clair tally. 4:43 to go. St. Clair up 13 points. Francisco receives the inbound play. Gives it over to Panchin with 22 points today. Gives it up, fake, drives baseline. Nice up and over layup finish. Beautiful play by Panchin. She cuts the St. Clair lead to 11 with her 24th point of the game, just under her average of 25. And as Katie mentioned in the pregame, she is one of only 4 women to ever average that amount in the OCAA regular season. Pizzicaroli is blocked. From behind now. And then a foul is called on the subsequent rebound. Pizzicaroli will check out for Bondi.
And we're definitely seeing a lot of brand new life coming out in Durham. They are certainly playing like they do not want this to be their last game this season.
You see Panchin speaking with her coaching staff there about how the final 4:09 is going to go. And undoubtedly, if they're going to make a comeback, it's going to have to come at the hands of Lindsay Panchin. Francisco misses the first free throw. Knocks down the second, makes it a 10-point game with 4:09 to go. And this is going to get interesting. Nicole Tam gets in the middle of the floor, breaks the press, brings it up the floor herself, leaves it over to Tori Schutz. She can't score off the glass. Creative play, and Schutz is going to be called for a reach-in foul. She's trying to tie it up and get a jump ball out of it, but it is called for the reach. And that will be Tori's third foul. And Durham goes back to the free throw line. Crookshank missed the first free throw. Nice lead pass there. Breaks the press. Kennedy gets it back now. Sarah Bonney went down getting over half court. She's limping a little bit, and she shoots a three. It scores! Big basket from Sarah Bondi extends the Saints lead to 12, 62-50, as Tori Schutz knocks down that long pass on the baseline. 3:27 to go. Sarah Bondi checks out. Is favoring her one knee. As you can see, a fan is definitely enjoying the action here today. Long shot is off the mark and tipped out of bounds by a Lord's player. And Durham will maintain pressure. Shannon Kennedy and Megan Boyd trading passes. They find Tam in the middle. Tori Hanser cutting to the basket. She leaves it short on the left side. Went up with her right hand and left it short. Panchin off the bounce. Can't knock down the jump shot. Kennedy with the rebound. Over to Tam once again in the middle of the floor. Tam kicks it out to Boyd for three. No good. The rebound is contested by Schutz, but in the hands of Campbell of Durham. Campbell double dribble. And Durham not going to give up lightly. They're maintaining the pressure. St. Clair up 62-50 with 2:47 to go. Schutz gives it back to Kennedy, back to Schutz, to Tam in the middle of the floor. Back to Boyd at the three-point line, to Hanser on the baseline. Great passing by the Saints right there, leads to a jump shot from Tori Schutz, and she scores.
Great teamwork there by St. Clair, moving the ball around, using their time very wisely, and eventually getting off the smart shot.
Kennedy is called for a reach and foul on Panchin. Sorry, that'll be a blocking foul, and Panchin will go to the line with 2:23 to go. That'll be Kennedy's fourth foul. And Panchin matches her points per game average with that free throw of 25. Misses the second free throw and rebounded by Nicole Tam. It's been a collective rebounding effort for the Saints today. That ball is saved from going out of bounds by Tam. Shannon Kennedy gets to it now. Over to Tori Schutz off the glass and good.
Great look by Kennedy to see Tori Schutz on the baseline just waiting for the pass.
Lindsay Panchin saves it from going out of bounds. She slowly gets off the floor. And Francisco scores from three. Makes it a 12-point game. Big basket for Durham there, and now it's a turnover. Francisco is fouled from behind by Hanser, and that'll be her third foul. 1:43 to go. St. Clair up 66-54.
And St. Clair has been in this bonus foul situation for a couple minutes now. They're definitely giving Durham a lot of opportunities to get these quick free throw points. However, Durham has not been taking full advantage of all these free throws.
Francisco knocks down the first free throw. Cuts the deficit to 11. Francisco goes 2 for 2. Makes it a 10-point game. Nearly turned over there. Tori Schutz handles it and gives it back to Boyd. Boyd over on the sideline to Kennedy. Boyd crosses over, leaves it to Tam at the free throw line. She just can't knock down the jumper. And Megan Boyd with active hands. And then Tori Schutz is going to be called for a foul with 1:19 to go. What do you have? Shannon Kennedy. Sarah Bonney's going to come back into the game. Tori Schutz has scored 8 points off the bench for the Saints tonight. Heads back to the bench with 1:19 to go. As Campbell knocks down a free throw and cuts the lead to 9. Slowly but surely, Durham working their way back in, but will time run out before the comeback can be completed? Kennedy grabs the rebound on the missed free throw. The lead is 9. Kennedy finds Nicole Tam off the glass and good. 1:05 to go. They're going to stop the clock with 1:08, and now Durham is going to call for a timeout in the late stages of the fourth quarter. St. Clair up 68-57 You're watching OCAA basketball on we-tv.ca. We'll be right back.
The first kiss. She's thinking about a million things, like should I lean in or let him? Do I close my eyes or open them? But for him, he's only thinking about one thing. Did she have peanut butter for lunch?
Hi, I'm Ed Jovanovski. Watch us on WeTV. We got you covered.
Back here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex for OCAA women's crossover playoff action with 1:08 to go. The St. Clair Saints hold a 68-57 lead. Katie, your thoughts on this quarter so far?
Well, Brett, we've said it before. We'll say it again. This game has definitely come down to team play. Right now, St. Clair has 4 players with double-digit points up, as well as a handful of others with high single digits. And that has definitely been contributing to this 11-point lead to counteract Lindsay Panchin's current 25 points.
A Nicole Tam bucket prompted the timeout called by Heather LaFontaine and the Durham Lords. They'll get the ball in the front court, and Lindsay Panchin gets behind the defense and scores. I believe that the clock, no, sorry, Andy Kiss is going to call a timeout now after the basket scored by Durham. So a little bit of a chess match going on between both teams as the St. Clair Saints hold a 68-59 lead over the Durham Lords with just over a minute to go. And you've been watching OCAA basketball on we-tv.ca. We'll be right back. Back here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex, you see head coach Andy Kiss drawing up a play for his team. They are up 9 points heading into the final minute of the fourth quarter. Likewise, you see the Durham bench there trying to complete the comeback in the final minute. And Katie, you played this game, obviously, as a member of the bronze medal team last year. How important can these final moments of a game be for coaching staff and their team?
I think honestly, in games like this, they can be absolutely everything. If you let the team that's down come back and bridge that gap a little bit more, it can just completely break your own momentum, cause them to gain their own, and take the easy lead at the end.
And a holding foul is going to be called before the inbound. And Bondi, I believe, is the victim of the foul.
And because it's an off-the-ball foul, I believe that they're calling intentional, which is going to prompt 2 free throws for St. Clair from Sarah Bondi.
And I believe it's an intentional foul that St. Clair will maintain possession afterwards. So Bondi to the free throw line. Knocks down the first, gets the 10-point lead back. She misses the second, but St. Clair will maintain possession. They're up 10, 1:05 to go here in the fourth quarter.
That's definitely a huge mistake from Durham. The reason you want to foul at the end is for the opportunity to gain back possession as quickly as possible, and they clearly didn't know about the off-ball foul rule.
Megan Boyd, the inbounder, finds Tori Hanser. Then Panchin's going to be called for the foul. She has 27 points in this game, and that'll be her 4th foul. And with 1:03 to go, St. Clair will have to inbounds one more time before they are in the bonus. Oh, a little bit of a pileup there after the inbound. And Kennedy is going to be charged for the foul.
And that's her 5th.
That will be Kennedy's 5th foul. She leaves the game with 15 points and at least 10 rebounds after the 3rd quarter. So a double-double for Kennedy today. Arguably will be the WeTV player of the game, but we're not going to reveal that just yet. We have to wait for the duration. And Campbell will go to the line for Durham. Her team down 10 points in the final minute of play. Megan Boyd gets through some Durham defense. Tori Hanser collects it and gets it back to Boyd. 50 seconds remaining in the game. Megan Boyd giving it over to Tori Hanser. Long pass over to Bondi. She fakes out the defender. Leaves it to Tam. She can't knock down the elbow jumper, but the ball is deflected out of bounds from Campbell, and St. Clair will maintain possession. 35 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Boyd rises and shoots, but Sarah Bondi with the offensive rebound. Smallest player on the floor gets the board. And with 31 seconds to go, she will shoot free throws to try and close out this OCAA crossover game against Durham. Bondi makes it 10 points once again. Bondi scores to make it 11 points, and Francisco up the floor quickly for Durham. She rises and shoots from 3. Tam with the rebound, and she's fouled almost immediately. That will go against Panchin, I believe, and that will be her 5th foul as well. Lindsay Panchin, 27 points for the Lords today, but it seems as though her team will fall short in the OCAA crossover playoff. Great player, wonderful game. It is finished now, 27 points. Tam misses the first free throw. Her team up 11, however, with 22 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Tam misses both. Francisco with the rebound, gives it over to Harley. She's bringing the ball up the floor in a hurry. Crosses the timeline, lets go of a 3, goes off the glass. Knocked out of bounds by Campbell, and with 11.5 seconds to go, Bondi receives the inbound and is fouled immediately by Harley with exactly 10 seconds to go in the game. Saints up 71-60. And we'll go to the OCAA Final 8 tournament at Centennial College next week.
Next Thursday. And you know what? It's great to see that Durham, they're down by 11. There's only 10 seconds left, but they're still not giving up. They want to fight right down to the final buzzer.
Bondi knocks down the shot. A very good effort from Durham today. Very tough opponent for the Saints. But their secondary scoring definitely coming in hand today as Bondi knocks down 2 free throws. The final 10 seconds will tick away. Campbell shoots off the glass. And Tori Schutz gets the final rebound, and that is the game. St. Clair comes away victors 73-60. And will advance to the OCAA Final 8. Katie, your thoughts on the game?
Well, definitely the early fouls picked up on Durham by Francisco, Marshall, and Panchin were a huge factor in St. Clair being able to take advantage and make this big point gap, as well as, we've said it before, the secondary scoring. The 2 big scorers right now for the Durham Lords were Marshall with 17 and Lindsay Panchin with 27. But for St. Clair, we have a handful of people with lots of points put on the board. It was a very collaborative effort, lots of teamwork, and that was able for them to come out with a 13-point lead. And now St. Clair is going to advance to Centennial next week and play their first game against a very tough Algonquin team.
Well, Katie, from everyone here at WeTV, we'd like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast today. You heard it here first. The St. Clair Saints are headed to the OCAA Final 8 with their 73-60 victory over the Durham Lords. We're going to take a short break. Join us after the commercial for post-game interviews with Dominic Papa from Katie Rizia. I'm Brett Hedges. Thank you for joining us on WeTV. Thank you for joining us, and have a nice night.
Back here at the St. Clair College Sportsplex, mission accomplished for the Lady Saints basketball team. They defeat Durham 73-60. They now qualify for the OCAA tournament that'll take place at Centennial College next week. Congratulations, head coach Andy Kiss.
Thank you very much, Dom.
A nice victory, a hard-fought victory. Durham gave you some troubles, but I like your girls kept their composure and really stuck to the game plan.
Well, they had a real good defensive game plan. They were taking away our space. One of our weaknesses is we don't really take teams well off the dribble. We rely a lot on ball movement and spacing, and we post up quite a bit too. So hats off to them. Real good game plan, and we're thrilled with the result. We're where we want to be.
A couple of key ladies today, Sarah Bondi and certainly Shannon Kennedy.
Oh, yes. Sarah was outstanding today. I just overheard she had 17 points and really played a steady game today. You know, that's Sarah. She's wily, a smart player, can shoot the ball as well. And, of course, Shannon's a go-to player, and both of them stepped up. But, I mean, even other kids. Lauren Pizzicaroli gave us some good minutes. Nicole Tam had a real solid game, double-figure points and rebounds. So it's a team effort, and we're going where we want to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the Final 8 next weekend. Now, how do you prepare for that, Coach? I'm sure the work will start immediately.
Oh, immediately. We're going to be playing Algonquin on Thursday, and they're the reigning champion. And I know they play a pedal to the metal style. So immediately, right away, we're going to talk about them actually in the dressing room. This isn't a victory we can save it for very long because we have work to do.
Yeah, of course, we're going to get Shannon in here in just a moment. I'll let you get going back to the room, Coach. Good luck next weekend at Centennial College, and job well done.
Thank you very much, Don. Thanks.
Andy Kiss, of course, the head coach. We'll get Shannon here in a second. She's being congratulated by her father and friends. She's got a number of people here watching the game. I know you got to take care of the dad and the friends. It's all good. Congratulations, Shannon. Talk to me about this game, how hard it was, and how you guys accomplished it.
Well, we knew coming in that they were going to give us their best game because realistically they had nothing to lose, and we had everything to lose considering we were higher ranked. We've been to provincials before. We've performed at provincials, so we knew coming in that we had to play our game, and we did, and it paid off.
Talk to me, Shannon, about preparing for this game, and down the stretch, it's been kind of like a playoff atmosphere for your team. So really, this game no different than the last several games.
Yeah, we try to come into every game thinking this is a gold medal game. This is it. This is leave everything on the floor so that we make it to the next level. And this time it worked. We left everything on the floor, and we're going to provincials this week, which is fantastic.
And it all starts Thursday with Algonquin. You know what they're all about. They're one of the top-ranked teams. You guys will have your work cut out for you there, but it's got to be exciting to get back to this tournament.
Oh, it's very exciting. It was great last year getting a bronze medal, and with a new team now, it's going to be nice going in and giving them that experience as well. And we've seen Algonquin play. Hopefully we can handle them as well.
All right. Well, enjoy this one for the moment, Shannon. Congratulations. Good luck next week.
Thanks.
All right. Our player of the game, Shannon Kennedy. What an outstanding year she's having, and hopefully it continues this weekend for the Saints. They'll need her to be big up at Centennial College. So that's the story here this afternoon. The Saints win it 73-60 over Durham. We're going to take a timeout here at WeTV. Come back at 4 o'clock. We'll have OCAA men's volleyball action for you. It'll be the bronze medal game And then immediately following that game at around 6 o'clock, it's the gold medal game between St. Clair and Niagara. That's it, folks. Until then, this is Dominic Papa wishing you a great day. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you all again soon.